Hello everyone, my name's Illumi and I'll be your guide today through the lore of Valorant's map Sunset in LA, California. To start, we need to rewind a bit to Gekko and Deadlock joining the Valorant protocol. Kingdom was working on a research project called Project Landfall. This project was disguised to the public as research on how to assist the people in Venice, the city that's been floating in the air for a few years now. However, underneath this disguise, the project's true aim had to do with Radivores and Interverse portals. We will dive into what the Interverse is and its implications later on. For now, let's focus on Radivores, which are a new type of creature that mimic animals while eating a diet solely made up of radionite. Gekko's 4 pals are examples of Radivores. In fact, his Radivore pals were being studied in Project Landfall before Gekko rescued/stole them. Of course, after Gekko took these Radivores, Kingdom began the process of getting new Radivores for the research team to study, which is where we met Deadlock. She was part of the mission team sent to retrieve a Radivore bear and transport it back to the Kingdom facility in LA. However, this Radibear had escaped its cage. As Deadlock tried to contain it, it caught her arm in its jaws. Unfortunately, the only way she could survive was to destroy the bear and lose her arm in the process. After Deadlock was then recruited to Valorant, the VP realized they needed to do something about Project Landfall. Kingdom's research was becoming increasingly dangerous. Given Brimstone's feelings and past relationship with Kingdom, he wasn't keen on a brute force approach. Before joining the VP, Brim was a commander for Kingdom's private militarized security division called KSEC. He ends up emailing one of his former colleagues who's working on Project Landfall, asking him to shut it down before a catastrophe strikes. The response he gets is not so kind. Have you lost your mind? I am not shutting down a critical Kingdom facility. I asked you for a little help with some intel, and you gave me nothing. Now you want me to trash my reputation. After everything we've been through, everything we've done for each other, I can't believe this is where you go, Liam. Don't contact me again. After this gut punch, Brimstone doesn't really have a choice. Kingdom has shown their true colors, and they aren't pretty. Feeling betrayed by Kingdom, the company he once proudly stood by and defended, KJ sends him this email. I know how hard this next part is going to be for you. You never wanted it to come to this. I'm sorry that it did. When it's done, you'll pick up the pieces and fix it. You always do. I'm here if you want to talk. You don't have to bear this alone. This means it's time to do what must be done. Shut down Project Landfall using force. This brings us to the start of the Sunset cinematic. Sent to the Kingdom Corporation facility are Brimstone, Sova, Deadlock, Reyna, and Gekko. As soon as they enter the facility, they are faced with what has been dubbed the Maw of the Interverse. The Maw looks eerily similar to the purple on Wingman in the Interverse portal Gekko took when he rescued his pals. So what is the Interverse then? It appears to be a dimension that only Radivores can access. Through it, the Radivores can create portals through reality. These portals also appear to generate a large amount of power. However, we still know so little about the Interverse. Riot has teased some more information about it with new agents that have released recently, such as ISO and Vice, so stick around and subscribe if you want to see videos about them in the future. So now that the team has made it inside the research facility, we see the Kingdom is using the Interverse portals to transport cargo between their facilities. The cargo is mostly just other Radivores that Kingdom is doing research on or using for their own selfish gains. Of course, upon seeing intruders, the researchers set off the security alarm. This locks the Maw's access terminal, as well as sends a flurry of Kingdom grunts with guns raised to take care of our agents. Brimstone and Reyna take on the fight while Sova, Deadlock, and Gekko work to shut the Maw down. However, because of the locked terminal, the team is unable to shut it down. Even Sova's attempt to bypass the lock with a scientist's thumb using the thumbprint proves unsuccessful. In frustration, Deadlock throws her gravnet against the Interverse portal, which causes it to send a shockwave through the facility. The lines of the Interverse and reality begin to blur. We see that everything appears wavy, and even Gekko's bonding tattoos begin to come off. It's at this point that Wingman steps up to the plate. He is the only one unaffected by this unstable reality that's come upon them. Wingman tells Gekko that he can stop this. He's the only one who can. Gekko and Deadlock are both wary of this, but for entirely different reasons. Gekko is worried sick about what will happen to Wingman if he tries to stop this. What if he dies in the process? Deadlock, on the other hand, doesn't trust that Wingman can do this. She still sees all Radivores in the same light as the Radabear that tried to kill her, aggressive and hostile. She threatens Wingman by pulling out her ultimate ability, but he gently touches her hand, asking for her help. The trauma of the Radabear resurfaces for Deadlock, who is momentarily lost in the panic and grief of her past encounter. Gekko pleads with her, and she ultimately puts her faith above her fear and hands Wingman her gadget. Wingman takes it and jumps into the mall without delay. Soon after, a wave of something yellow starts pouring out of the portal. Whatever it is, the team knows that the Interverse portal is about to blow, so they make a break for it before it's too late. We then see the team standing outside the village that's cracking at the seams, with a giant crater in the ground where the maw of the Interverse once stood. Despite their differences, Deadlock offers a helping hand to Gekko. And after this, we see small Wingman on Gekko's shoulder, the two thankful to be reunited. As the dust settles, the team realizes that the fight isn't over yet. The threat of the Kingdom facility is over, but Omega Earth's Valorant Legion has just arrived. And now the fight begins as Alpha takes on Omega in the map Sunset. One of the really cool features of the map is that we can actually see Gekko's house from just outside attacker spawn.
Hey, while we're here, let's see my folks. My mom will feed all y'all for real.
Next, we'll be talking about ISO, his recruitment, and how his abilities relate to the Interverse. Thanks for watching, God bless, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!